One of the reasons why I love pan fishing on ultralight tackle is the fight is so much fun. The fish are so numerous. It's a great way to get folks, especially kids, interested in fishing. I just love it. I've loved bluegill fishing all my life. Good morning, everybody. I am back out to the same little lake here in Clinton County where I was in the last video. If you watched that, and a bunch of you have, I'm really happy about that. Thanks for watching. If you watched the last video, you know that on my way in, desperately trying to get off the water so I wasn't late to taking my wife and daughter to a movie. And I did make it. I did make it. Well, on the way into shore, I came across this this aerator here in this lake. Maybe hard to see. It's probably about 20 feet or so off the front of my kayak here, right in front of me. And I thought, well, I wonder if there are any fish around that. And I started casting, and bluegill after bluegill after bluegill, all keeper size. Not massive, probably in the 7 to 8 inch range, but good size, good eating size. And probably pulled, I don't know, 20 or so in 10 or 15 minutes out of this little spot. So today I'm back out because today I'm harvesting. I'm going to catch my limit of bluegill, hopefully, and I'm going to be providing the fillets for a young couple in my church, Thayer and Sage. Newlyweds, just got married here this summer, and so Maria and I are going to provide everything they need to fry up these fish, including the fillets. And so that is today's mission. Hey, welcome to another edition of Iowa Pan Fishing, everyone. Let's go fishing. This is going to be fun. And we've got a bunch of new subscribers to the channel, and I am really happy about that. Thanks to all of you new members of the Iowa Panfishing family. Oh, there was a bite. And so if you're new at the channel, I'm going to be going over some of the gear that I'm using today to catch these bluegill. And one of the things I will show you and prove to you today, which many of you already know, is that you do not have to spend a lot of money to enjoy a day on the water catching lots of fish. There we go. There we go. I don't know if this one's going to be big enough to keep. We'll see. Before I started recording, I had one bust off my line. I'm only using 2-pound test. I'm using Vicious Hi-Viz 2-pound test on 2 of my 3 poles today. Yeah, oh, he's fighting good. He's fighting good. Oh, and he broke it off too. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. That's the second one. Oh. All right, my drag's too tight. My drag's too tight for this 2-pound test. Oh, and if you're new to the channel, what you're quickly going to learn is that Tony is not an expert. I'm a fisherman just like you. All right, we're gonna pause for a moment here so I could retie that line. Well, you know what? In fact, I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna wait to retie that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toss out one of my hand-tied jigs. I'm anxious to see if my hand-tied jigs will get the bluegill as good as the Bobby Garland baby shad blue ice jig. So we shall see. But you know, casting is kind of important. Oh, okay, I'm getting hung up here in my spool. Oh, that's two. That was two sizable bluegill that busted me off right here by the kayak. There. I think this is probably a 1/32 is on this hand-tied jig I'm using. Ooh, there's a bite. Get a little closer. Having a hard time getting as close as I want with this very, very light hand-tied jig. There we go, right in the swirl. There we go. There we go. Oh, stay on. Loosen up my drag a little bit here. Don't want to lose it. There we go. Such a nice feeling to catch fish on. Ooh, he's fighting. Oh, come on, come on. Do I? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one there. That's a nice keeper bluegill. In the basket we go. All right, first one on one of my own hand-tied jigs. And for those of you new to the channel, I'm going to be saying that a lot today, I think. If you would be interested in having me tie some panfish jigs for you, I'd love to do that. Just email me at IowaPanfishing@gmail.com. IowaPanfishing@gmail.com. Oh, hit as soon as it hit the water. The jig I got tied on right now, and there are lots of trains here. The jig I got tied on right now is oh man, they're hitting. Is called a cheesy worm. So trains frequent this area. In fact, there's one stopped on one track waiting for this other one to pass, so it's gonna be noisy here for a bit. Oh, hit as soon as it hit the water. There we go. There we go. Another one on the cheesy worm. I'm gonna wait for the sun to come up a little more, and then I'll show you what this hand-tied jig looks like. Ooh. Got to be careful with this 2-pound test. Yep, that's another keeper. Whoa. Whoa. This one feels nice. Oh man. I don't want to lose it. Already lost two that seem pretty big. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. No, he's just a really good fighter. He's not that big. I mean, he's big enough. He is a keeper. There we go. One of the reasons why I love pan fishing on ultralight tackle is the fight is so much fun. The fish are so numerous. It's a great way to get folks, especially kids, interested in fishing. I just love it. I've loved bluegill fishing all my life. Ooh, there he goes. Another nice one. So, because of where I'm fishing next to this aerator, the water's churning. There's a lot of pressure there, and so when the fish first hit, and I set the and I set the hook, they feel bigger than they are because they're in. It's almost like fishing in a stream. Whoa! Although this one's putting up a pretty good fight. Yeah, there's another nice one. There's another one. Oh, that's a nice male. Now, as I mentioned in the last video, for those of you who might be new to pan fishing, and it's a little difficult to see because of the lighting. See this dark black flap on the edge of the gill plate here? It's often called the ear. It's not an ear, it's just a flap. And on bluegill, when the flaps are long like that, that's indicative of a male. The females are going to have a shorter flap than that. So there you go, that is a male. Males are also going to be more boldly colored than the females as well. Got him. Very close to the surface. So again, I'm fishing next to a large aerator, a large pump here in this little lake. And granted, I'm out on a kayak, but look, if you can find moving water somewhere in your local lake or pond, you know, maybe near a drain or something like that, fish are going to be gathered there because smaller prey, smaller fish, and other kinds of food sources are going to be drawn to that, either intentionally or sucked in. There's another nice bluegill. And so fish like bluegill, bass, they're going to gather in those areas because there's going to be a lot of prey sources. And so that's the case here. So while I'm out on a kayak, too far offshore where you can reach from the shoreline, if in your own local bodies of water, if you see a pump like this close to shore, or you've got a drain where there seems to be water moving, you see surface material moving toward that drain, cast in those areas. Bluegill will gather in those areas. All right, another one for the bucket. Ooh. Oh. Oh, missed. Oh no, he's on there. He's on there. Oh, he's on there. There we go. There we go. Stay on there. Stay on there. And they're all right about the same size. Ooh. Oh, I love seeing an ultralight bend like that. Oh, there we go. Ah, that's borderline, I think. Yeah, that one's got a wound on it. I'm gonna toss that one back. There we go. The fish are so numerous I could be picky today. One of the things I've noticed about this particular little lake, Malone Lake, here off of Highway 30 in Clinton County, is that for this deep into the summer, the bluegill seem to be really clean. And what I mean by that is as the water temperatures heat up, air temperatures heat up, bluegill and bass, which will continue to remain relatively close to shore, develop parasites. A couple of different parasites. One, ooh, there's a bite. One looks like just little black spots, little black flecks in the meat and on the skin. And another looks like a little yellow worm, and it is a little yellow worm. Both are harmless to humans if the fish are fully cooked. But, ooh, darn. Oh, but in this little lake here, fish seem really clean, at least from the outside. So I'm looking forward to filleting these fish and seeing how clean they are on the inside. There we go. Whoa. Oh. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. What I'm fishing right now, what I'm using, rod and reel combo, is a Zebco 33 cork spinning reel combo. It's about a 5 foot rod, ultralight rod. The combo costs about $35, and I've I've purchased several of these over the last year or so, because they're a great starter rod and reel. And I do take kids fishing, kids from my church, and other, maybe inexperienced fishermen, and tackle. Your tackle can take a beating when you're introducing people to fishing. There's another nice male. And so I buy these inexpensive rod and reels for my guests to use, but I want them to work, right? And so this Zebco 33 cork spinning reel combo, probably the best one that I have found in the $35 range. Now there are a lot of rod and reel combos at this price point, and you can find them just about anywhere. Now the one trick with this one is it's not real easy to find. The only place I've been able to find them in number is at Dick's Sporting Goods. Now, if you don't have a Dick's nearby, and Dick's is not a sponsor of this channel, if you don't have a Dick's Sporting Goods nearby, you can purchase these online. In fact, for my son-in-law and my grandson, I purchased 4 of these for them for my grandson's first birthday. And I've caught everything from small bluegill to a 25-pound, 37.5-inch carp on this rod and reel combo. So I highly recommend it. I'll put a link for you. I'll put a link for you in the description in the video. Oh, so I threw out a different jig this time. Threw out a white curly tail jig, probably about 3-inch long. And there's a number of different name brands that carry this kind of jig. I'll show it to you here in a second, assuming I get this fish in. It doesn't feel real big as far as bluegills go. He's spinning like a top though. Oh, well, no, we're gonna keep that one. So there's the white curly tail jig. I'm throwing that on a 1/32 ounce jig head. This is a Berkeley white curly tail grub. Very effective for bluegill, crappie, and bass. And you can get them in various sizes, anywhere from 2.5 to 4-inch, maybe even a little bigger. But this is a very good jig. I've caught a lot of fish on this one. Channel is IowaPanfishing. What's your name? What's your name? Steven, I'm Tony.
Tony, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. You know, would you mind if I put on the video that we met today?
No, go for it, man.
Great.
I heard you talking earlier when the train was there.
Yeah, yeah, that train gets pretty loud.
Yeah. You come out here often?
Well, this is Saturday was my first day on a kayak on this body. I've fished from the shore,
Yeah.
and did okay, but I don't know if you could see it. There's an aerator out here,
Yep.
and the bluegill are just stacked up around it.
Really?
Yeah, 7-8 inch thereabouts, most of them.
Okay. Yeah, I was catching them that big over there yesterday.
Oh, were ya?
That's why I go over there to find some bait fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the bass are stocked up right here real quick though, so I'm gonna hit it before anyone shows up.
You know, Steven, I've also, Saturday when I was out down at the far end, see where the tall grass is down there?
Yeah.
I was catching 12-inch bass, 13-inch bass left and right on swim baits.
Okay. All right, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, good luck to you too. Good to meet you, Steven. God bless you. Have a great day. Oh, praise the Lord. Young man named Steven out here fishing. I love meeting fishermen. All right. Let's get back to it. There we go. Oh, he came off. Oh, another one went after it though, right there. Yep, there he goes. They're really close to the surface, it seems. I don't know, it could be because the power of the pump is pushing them all toward the surface. Water is pretty warm. I don't know how warm it is, but it feels pretty warm to the touch. There's another nice one. There we go. Come on. There we go. There. I'm thinking they'd probably hit just about anything today. Ah, it's wonderful. Another nice one there. And again, they're all really clean. Now sometimes there could be parasites on the inside and they're not visible on the outside, but when the parasites are heavy, you'll see little black spots all over the skin. With the yellow worm-like one, more often than not, if you see them on the outside, you're going to see them around the base of the fins. And this one looks really nice and clean. Oh, it already, there he goes. As soon as it hit the water. Come on, stay on there. Stay on there. There we go. I love catching lots of fish, and then I think, well, I'm gonna have to clean these. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay, so see how I don't know if you can notice or not, light's still a little low, but bluegill, I'm gonna let this one swim around a little bit. Bluegill, one of the ways you can tell you got a bluegill on is that bluegill will spin in circles. Bass and crappie really don't do that, but bluegill, when you hook them, they'll start to spin, especially when we get them close to the surface. You'll see your line just spinning in circles. So I'd say most of these are probably in the 7 to 8 inch range. Most of the ones I'm catching today, which are a good eating size. There's a bite. There's a bite. There's a bite. There we go. There we go. Whoa. Oh, that's a nice pull on that one. Come on. Yeah, there's a nice one there. There we go. Oh, there's a nice one. All right, I'm going to measure this one. Now in Iowa, we have a master angler program here in Iowa. This isn't anywhere close to that. It needs to be at least 10 inches long for a master angler in Iowa, but I'm just curious as to how big these bluegill actually are. This is about the average size. Oh yeah, 8 1/4. 8 1/4. So 8 1/4 inch bluegill. That is a good size. That's a good eating size there. Oh, we got some sunlight too. Let me show you the hand-tied jig that I was using a little while ago. Might go back to that, but everything seems to be working today. Putting together a nice basket. Where is it? There we go. So here's the hand-tied jig that, let's see if I can, there you go. There's the hand-tied jig I'm using. I've got a black ball jig head. This is probably about a 1/32. A yellow chenille, UV chenille. Kind of looks like Velveeta cheese. And then I'm using the backside, the brown hair on a bucktail deer. And that's why I call it the cheesy worm. The brown moves around like a worm. The yellow looks like a little cheese ball. I call it the cheesy worm, and working pretty good for me. Oh, yep, he's on it. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Pretty sunrise. Had some rain last night. Whoa. Temperatures are cooler. It's only in the 60s today. It's going to be a little cooler than average this week, and I like that. Oh, come on. Don't break me off. Still haven't seen him yet. Whoa. See how that, you can see the rod tip kind of spin in circles? There he goes. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Stay on there. Stay on there. Oh. That one. Oh, I can't reach my net. I don't want to take a chance of that. That one's close to 10. That one's close to 10. That one there, boys and girls, big fish. Oh, might be my first master angler out of this lake. Let's see. It's close. It is so fat. It is so fat. It's certainly over 9. Oh, 9.5. 9.5, but look how round this thing is. Look at the size of that fish. That is absolutely beautiful. That is a beautiful bluegill. Looks like a female. Nine and a half on this one. Wow, that's a beautiful fish. That is an absolutely gorgeous fish. Let's try something else. Let's try another bait. Gonna try the Berkeley Power Bait. Berkeley Power Bait 2.5 inch chartreuse shad. Let's see what that does. These do stay on the hook very well, as advertised. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, there was a bite. Oh. Oh, yeah, he's on there. First cast. First cast with the Berkeley Power Bait. Chartreuse shad, 2.5 inch. And this one feels pretty good. Look at the bend in that pole. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that, well, to a fisherman, that's a beautiful sight. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, that's a keeper. Oh, there we go. That's a keeper. So there's what the jig looks like on just a plain 1/32 ounce jig head. It's one of the reasons why I'm using 2-pound test, so I can cast those really light jig heads. Look at that basket, friends. Not a limit yet though. Well, this is need to take a break. It's 7 a.m. and on my other YouTube channel I host a morning devotion program. Been doing that for 7 years, where folks from around the world gather with me online to read the Bible every morning. So I'm going to do that. There we go. I'm going to do that from my kayak this morning. But don't go away. We are not done fishing. I don't have a limit of bluegill yet. I'm on a mission to catch a bunch for a wonderful young couple in my church. And that one's a keeper. So don't go away. I'll be back in just a little bit. All right, we're back. Time to continue fishing. Hey, I want to mention this. I already mentioned that on my other channel I do a morning devotion program where I read from the Bible. There might be some of you who, like me, are followers of Christ and you like to read the Bible. Well, and you like to fish. So I want to introduce you to the waterproof Bible. The waterproof Bible. Comes in different versions. I believe King James, New King James, ESV. Comes with a waterproof cover. You can buy that as well. And this is wonderful if you're out on the water and you want to take a Bible with you. And no, they don't sponsor this channel either. But, you know, if you like to take a Bible out with you when you're fishing, here's one you could take, and it floats too. You don't have to worry about losing it in the water or it getting wet. So, waterproof Bible. There'll be a link in the description. All right, let's get back to fishing. Got him. Another keeper. All right, I've gone to fishing a bobber and a worm, and I'm using a small weighted bobber for castability. And these clip-on bobbers have a tendency to slip. So what I do to be able to keep it at the depth I want, I just, on the bottom of the clip, the bottom clip here, I just wrap the line a couple of times around it, and that keeps it secure. And then on the terminal end, what I like to do when I'm fishing with a bobber is I actually use a jig head. I'll use a 1/48 or 1/32 ounce jig head, and that provides a little extra weight so that my worm will get down to where I want it to be a little quicker, instead of just using a plain hook. And that works for me. There we go. Oh, spinning like a top. Another keeper. There we go. This one might be better. This might be bucket worthy. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, you're going in the bucket. You're going in. You got some meat to you. You got some meat to you. A little bit. Not huge, but I can get a fillet off that. Oh, there we go. Oh, came off. Oh, I'm working a different hand-tied jig now. This one's called the Hey Larry, kind of a bumblebee pattern. The jig is named after something my dad would always say. My dad would call everybody a Larry, especially if they did something goofy. So no offense to any Larrys who might be watching, but it's just something my dad did, and so I named this pattern after after what he would say to folks. Oh, yep, he's on there. Stay on, stay on, stay on. Oh, if I land it, I will have landed it. Oh, oh, you, oh, little fight there, a little. Oh, you're kidding me. Hook this keeper in. Look at that. Look at that. Hooked it in the dorsal fin. You gotta be kidding me. Well, that was a Hey Larry catch. Catching it on its dorsal fin. What is that all? Look at, I've never done that before. Oh, well, you got to go in the, you got to go in. You got to go in the basket just cause. Well, everyone, I think it's time to call it a day. It's been a wonderful morning of fishing. Caught a lot of bluegill. Going to be able to provide some nice fillets for Thayer and Sage. Got to meet Steven out here. Said he was going to subscribe to the channel. I hope he does. And Steven, if you see this video, it was really nice to meet you out here. But that's it. That's it for this edition of Iowa Panfishing, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. God bless, and until next time, let's go fishing.